Hey guys, it's Devin and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a get ready tutorial with me on how I do my everyday work makeup. So this makeup's a little bit more than I do on a daily, but it's still super easy, super simple, not a lot of products. I'm going to show you guys what I do for my skincare before and then what I use for my makeup. So let's get started. So this is what we're working with. This is all natural. This is natural hair, natural face. I haven't done any of my skincare yet. So I'm going to show you in this video what skincare I use and what I do. So first off, I like to put my hair up out of the way. I've been loving these hair scrunchies. I don't even know what they're called. There's like those, you've seen these everywhere. I got these at Target. But as a hairdresser, for those of you that don't know, I'm a hairdresser. And I really like these scrunchies because they're not really pulling or tugging on the hair, so they're really good for keeping a style overnight. If you put your hair up loosely in this scrunchie on top of your head and then sleep like that, it doesn't really ruin your style, so I like that a lot. Anyway, so this is my natural bare face skin. I'm super fair, as you can tell, and I have freckles, and I'm 31, so I have some fine lines, so we're trying to disguise those and take care of those. I've really been into skincare lately. Especially for most of my life I've been into skincare, but especially lately I've been more interested in researching it just because I want to be proactive with my skin. So I'm going to show you what I use and what I use for makeup. I am not a glam person. I'm very natural. I'm going to show you today what I would normally do on a day that I'm going to work. On a daily basis, usually I just do my skincare. I put a little blush and bronzer on, some mascara, fill in my brows, and out the door. But on a day that I'm working, I do a little bit more. So I'm going to show you today what I would do for that. I'm always trying out new products. Even though I am simple with what I do love products and like trying out new things. So here we go. So I really don't wash my face in the morning. I do really good skincare at night. Simple, but really good skincare at night. So in the morning, I just rinse off my face. Then the first thing that I do is I put some jojoba oil on it. So I just take a little bit of jojoba oil in my, also don't mind if you can hear my kids in the background. My husband is hanging out with them in the living room, but they tend to be loud. Anyway, so I use a little bit of jojoba oil on my hand and I put it into my skin. A lot of people wouldn't think to use an oil before you do your makeup, but for people with dry skin, I really find that it helps my makeup look so much better and last so much longer, especially going into the colder seasons, because my skin can get flaky if I use foundation. So next thing I use after that is my Weleda. This one is the Hydrating Day Cream. I love the brand Weleda. It's a German brand. I'm obsessed with the Skin Food version of this as well. It's a way thicker lotion. You can use it on your hands, on your body, on your face. I actually watched on, I think I saw her on Instagram to begin with, but then on YouTube, she's a dermatologist and she's like beautiful skin. And she says that she uses this a lot on her skin, on her actual face. So I'm using this one right now. It's a little bit lighter because it's been summer, but going into winter, I'm definitely going to be using Skin Food instead directly on my face. So I put this one on after the oil. I feel like it really keeps the moisture in. And at nighttime, I'm going to do a nighttime routine for you guys as well. But that's when I use my Weleda Skin Food. So I put that on. Now, since I am fair skin, we need an SPF. But everybody should really be using an SPF, but I especially need to be using an SPF. So right now I'm using the Acure Radically Juvenating SPF 30. It's alright. I feel like I'll probably try a different brand after I finish this one up, but it's been fine. It doesn't make me break out. I usually just use a little pea-size amount. What I do like about this one is it doesn't really leave like a weird cast on my skin, so that's really nice. So I have to put this on. I do bring it down on my neck. Obviously, if I'm going to be outside for a long time, I would put this on my body as well, but if I'm working, I'm inside. The only outside I do is when I walk to get my coffee. I love it if I have a client. I'm usually booked solid when I'm at work. I only work 2 days a week at the salon, but I'm booked solid because I work 2 days a week. So when I have like a 30-minute break, I always walk down the street to our local coffee place. I think it's like, I just love being outside and I love taking walks outside by myself. I always have. So it's kind of like my little break. But it's only a 10-minute walk, so I don't have to worry too much about sun damage. Anyway, so for the next step, what I've been using lately, which I do really like, I've mentioned before, I think on I actually think I mentioned this on YouTube before. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. So this was a cheapie. It's not natural, obviously, but it is cruelty-free. So I would like to find something eventually that's similar to this, that's more on the natural side. But again, I only really wear foundation twice a week, so it's not too bad. So I have the color 85 4B, which is soft beige. This was my summer color when I had a little bit more color to my face. So I honestly am probably going to need something lighter because I have been noticing that if I don't put self-tanner on or anything, that this looks too dark for me. So I'm super fancy, as you can tell, and I use my fingers, but I do try to be gentle and not tug too much on my skin. It might look like I am, but I'm really not. I'm being very gentle. So do whatever you are comfortable with in regards to, if I keep looking over here, it's because my mirror is over here. In regards to coverage, I don't have many breakouts on my skin. What I do use this for is more to even out my skin tone because I'm so fair. I can get like redness around my nose. I can get like little veins on my eyelids. I don't have terrible dark circles, but I get like a little veiny, you know, under my eyes. So I try to kind of just even it out. Again, like if I was going to be going to a wedding or something, I would like up the amount that I'm using, but I still try to look somewhat natural. In my opinion, like, and this might totally be me, but whenever I watch those YouTube girls or tutorials on makeup on Instagram, don't get me wrong, I think it's flawless. I think it's awesome when I'm watching it. It's art. It's truly art how these girls do their makeup. And I think they look stunning afterwards. But I always think, like, when I watch, like, the Get Unready With Me's or the more natural tutorials that they do, that they look so much more beautiful, in my opinion. Again, that's just me. And it's not that you don't want to look glam sometimes and look like pow when you're going somewhere, but on a daily basis, I think when you look like yourself, but a little enhanced, to me that looks the most beautiful. So that's what I try to do. And I have noticed for my age, less is more. So when it comes to concealer, again, less is more. I used to do the full V kind of scenario like all the YouTubers did, but as I've been watching more tutorials, they say usually like 30 and up or 35 and up to kind of be a little bit less cakey with your concealer. So I've been kind of just doing a little bit under my eyes because this is where I tend to get the most shadowy, and a little bit darker, and then I just put a little bit on my eyelid and then I blend it all in. My eyelids are what bother me the most probably because I get very veiny on my eyelids, so I just kind of tap it in, blend it. I was noticing big time when I was using so much concealer, I was like, where are all these wrinkles coming from? And it was just because I was using so much concealer under my eyes that any little fine lines that I had, the concealer was like almost enhancing it. I'm like, that's kind of the opposite of what we're doing. And I have noticed that since I've been using like the jojoba oil and stuff and I'm looking moisturized, that helps a ton. I'm all about the dewy look. Okay, so that's the base of what I do. Then I have the Honest Beauty translucent powder. Yes, this is the Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. So I take a tiny bit of this. I think I've talked about this one on my Instagram stories. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, definitely go follow. I'm pretty regular about posting photos, but I definitely go on my Insta stories a lot. If I don't even do a regular post, I try to go on my Insta stories as well. Okay, so I only use a tiny bit on. I kind of go in here and then tap, 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 tap it out. Because, again, too much powder will go into fine lines. So you want to just, enough to kind of mattify you. Okay, this is what we have. Now, I was using, did I bring it inside? I was using a darker bronzer. Okay, so I have this is the Physicians Formula Light to Medium Glow Boosting Season to Season Bronzer. And this one is the Bronze Booster Light to Medium Baked Bronzer. So that's the one I had been using, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that I lost because I broke it in the car. So I prefer this one because it's a little bit darker. This one I feel like that I'm going to show you, I like it a lot, but it's a lot more subtle. And I have to use a little bit of a heavier hand when I'm using this one because it's almost too light for me, which is ridiculous because I'm super light, but I like to be bronzy, probably too much. Anyway, so I kind of scrunch this down and kind of thin it out and do it mostly in my hairline. And then I kind of do that fish face. And I do under my cheekbones. I do not contour, but this is kind of like a little mini contour that I do. I'm not about that contour world. I feel like a lot of the trends that we're seeing right now in makeup is really overdone, and that's what it is. It's a trend, and I feel like something like that we're gonna look back on in 10 years and people will be like, oh my goodness, look how much makeup I'm wearing. Just like I look back at all of my high school pictures, I'm like, why am I wearing raccoon eyeliner around my eyes? Why don't I have any eyebrows? Why are they so blonde and I'm like non-existent? Okay, so I bring it down on my neck. So after I do just the cheekbones and over my head, whatever's left on, that's when I kind of go all the way around, but it's more just for blending than anything. Okay, so next thing I use is the Physicians Formula Blushing Berry. So now I use one of these flat brushes. You guys, like, my brushes are kind of a joke. Like, I have like whatever cheapy brushes. I think this is e.l.f. powder brush. This is e.l.f. And I have some Eco Tools kind of splashed around in there. Anyway, so I'm a blush girl. I love me some blush. I put some blush right on the apples of my cheeks. Now some people think like, oh, that it's like too young of a look, whatever. I've seen people like say that, but who doesn't want to look young? I don't understand. I think it looks flushed. I think it looks natural. I tend to get flushing cheeks naturally, so, and then I just blend it out with my brush. They're actually in the other room watching Mary Poppins. The new one. Have you guys seen that? I thought it was super cute. I heard a lot of mixed reviews about it, but I love Emily Blunt and I thought she did a wonderful job. And I just love the scenery. Like, I love Europe, as you guys know, because I've talked about this before. So just looking at like the scenes and stuff they did, I just thought it was great. Anyway, let me just move my mirror here just for a second. So now I just do my eyebrows. I actually dyed my eyebrows recently. I don't know if any of you guys do that. It's easy for me to do, I guess, because I work at a salon. So every like 4 weeks or so, I dye my eyebrows. Reason being, I actually have pretty decent brows and brow shape. I don't do my eyebrows. I don't wax them. I only will every once in a while like tweeze a rando hair that's like growing out. But this is my brows. It's fine. I can't complain because I have a nice shape. I don't have to do too much to them. But it's annoying when you want a thicker brow look and there is no growing them out or making them thicker. So the reason why I color them is because they can get pretty light here at the ends. So I think when you color them, I can go out like this and not feel like I need to do my eyebrows. So it's kind of just a time saver for me. I still do fill them in if I have time going to work or if I want to look a little bit nicer. I still fill them in because I like a thicker looking brow. But on a daily, when I'm in a rush, if they're dyed, I'm like, oh, they're fine. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Brow wax. Does it say what color this is? I think this was just medium brown. To be honest, it doesn't say it on it anymore. But I think it was pretty comparable, in my opinion, to the Anastasia, or Anastasia, however you want to say it. I really liked that pomade, but it is super expensive. And after having it, I had it for a really long time. It started drying out a lot. So for the money, I feel like this one feels pretty much the same. So what I do is I just go with my natural shape of my brow, lightly fill it out. I only am tapping it, like a little tap, just a little bit of product. And I just lightly fill it in. And then when I get to the, when I get to here, I go right underneath. Let me move my mirror so I can see. And then I just feather upwards. Granted, my hair kind of grows up. Maybe not everybody's is like that. I know everybody's brow is different. But then I just kind of blend it up and out. Oop. I'm not super fussy. So I did that brow. I'm basically keeping my natural brow shape and just filling it in. So what I do next, my RMS Beauty Living Luminizer. Obsessed with this. I am not like a high-end beauty product kind of person, but this is amazing. It's like it's like a cream kind of, but I love highlighters, but I'm not a huge fan, I have a fly. I'm not a huge fan of powder highlighters because I think, again, it like enhances fine lines, especially if you're putting this around your eyes, you know what I mean? I'm not a fan. I just don't feel like it ever looks good on my skin, but this is a cream and you just tap it on your cheekbones. I probably go a little bit too highlighter crazy, but I'm a huge fan of the dewy look. And isn't that like so pretty? It's just like a slight glow. It's not even a shimmer, it's just a glow. So I love that. Anyway, next. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but this is legit what I do with my eyes. I take my same bronzer and I take, it comes in like, it's like 4 different colors. So I take the darker colors and I just go right on my crease. Granted, this might not work for everybody. I have like greenish blue eyes, so the coppery color looks really nice on my eye color, but that's not for everybody. It depends on your skin tone. And I just go right on my crease. I'm all about using one product for multiple things. Then I take my lighter color and I kind of just blend it down. That's seriously what I do for my eyes. I know that's kind of lame, but I'm a simple girl. Anyway, so that's what I do. Sometimes I will use an eyeliner. When I use my eyeliner, I use it right on the edges. So I literally just kind of do the edge down here. Again, this is not a professional tutorial. I'm just telling you guys, honestly, this is what I do. Just do it on the edge, blend it out. I want it to just look kind of smudged and natural. And I think because it's a very subtle green color, it's just like ever so slightly enhances my eyes. So the next step is my favorite step. This is mascara, and I feel like mascara makes the biggest difference. So I'm going to show you guys what I use. I love the Honest company, Honest Beauty mascara. I was using that one for a long time. Right now I'm into L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which has always been a favorite of mine that I go back to over and over. It's kind of warm in here. Sorry if I look like sweaty. I like to look glowy, but I don't want to look sweaty. So this is it comes in a pack. This was like one of those like value packs. I had never used the primer one before. I just bought this, I want to say a week ago. I always just buy the regular just Lash Paradise, but they had this value pack and it was only like $1 more. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. And I'm kind of obsessed, I gotta say. It does make a difference. The only thing I didn't like that I did not realize when I purchased it was that the regular Lash Paradise mascara was waterproof. I'm not a fan of waterproof mascara if I'm not going in the water. just for the sole purpose of it's a pain in the butt to get off. And when you're a mom, you know how it is. You don't have much time at night. I don't want to be like scrubbing on my lashes. Anyway, so I use that, and I always buy the blackest black color that I could find. So I just wait a minute for it to dry. Okay, so now I take for the coat of the black mascara. So that mascara, when you put it on, for those of you who have never used a primer, it's white. So a primer is white. It kind of just elongates your lashes, thickens them up so that when you put the black on, they just look thicker. And I'm one of those people that I'm lash obsessed. I'm all about the lashes. I will put 3 or 4 coats of mascara on, and that's the only thing during the day that I do reapply sometimes. And I do put them on my bottom lashes as well because, again, I'm a lash psycho. I naturally have pretty long eyelashes, but my eyelashes are blonde. So if I don't put mascara on, it doesn't look like I have any lashes. And to me, that makes a huge difference. It opens up your eye. Okay, so look how they look pretty long just from one coat. I used to have to put multiple coats on. So I do like that primer a lot. So when I apply, I know a lot of people are obsessed with like the brush and all that, and obviously that is a big deal, but I use the full brush when coating my lashes, but then at the ends, I kind of just take the very tip and just make sure I'm getting the mascara on the ends of the lashes, especially like at the corner, because I think that's what really opens up your eye, is if you really get mascara on those corner pieces. That might be like common sense or common knowledge, but you never know because some people aren't makeup people, so it's always good to say. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for my face. So when I go to work, I do use a little bit of liner. Again, I'm not a big lipstick girl. I don't really experiment with lots of different colors and such things, but I use a lip liner, line my lips, and then I put, I use a lip liner. Where is it? Lip liner, okay. Line my lips, and then I just put chapstick on it. So I'm gonna do my liner, and then I'll come back. Okay, so this is the color that I do. It's 125 Magnetic Mauve. I like it. I don't love it. I'm still on the hunt to find this color that I had forever ago, and I couldn't remember the name of it, so I keep just buying new like nude mauve colors, and I have yet to find the exact one. Anyway, so afterwards I just use my Soothing Touch Vanilla Rose lip balm. I'm obsessed with this lip balm, and I have like literally, I'm not even joking, 5 of them, and they're probably all open somewhere. So that is what I do with my lips. I just do the liner, and then I kind of just fill in the rest of my lips. I think it lasts longer that way. And that's my makeup. Nothing too crazy, pretty natural, but you look more kind of glam, I guess. So if you guys want to get your hair looking from this to, I'm going to leave a link here to my new hair tutorial on how to get simple, easy beach loose waves. So I'll see you guys over there.